his terms. The resistance thing is important because Nietzsche has the framing for a lot of Nietzsche's project around the will to power is that he's very worried about the death of God, but at the same time sees in it a kind of opportunity. So one of Nietzsche's primary ideas, and I think that this is what draws a lot of people to Nietzsche and to existential philosophy in general, is that he wants to make sense of and help us deal with suffering. This was particularly acute for Nietzsche because he had a really quite debilitating chronic pain condition. So he used to get these kind of splitting headaches and kind of that would put him in basically months and months of agony. And so this kind of idea of suffering and how to overcome suffering in a kind of internal sense, how to deal with it, how to not hate life because life is kicking you in the head, was really quite personal to him. And for him, a lot of the way that people had dealt with that before was using some kind of religion. So Nietzsche's an atheist, but he doesn't really argue for atheism in any meaningful sense. He kind of takes it as read. His philosophical project is more sort of, okay, if you're an atheist, what now? So, because he thinks that a lot of the ways that people have dealt with suffering beforehand have been in some way religious. Imagine that you're a Christian, you can think something like, well, sure, I'm a kind of medieval peasant starving to death, but I'm going to inherit eternal life and moreover, eternal bliss. So things aren't that bad. There's a sense in which life can still be made meaningful, even if it's really unpleasant. And Nietzsche wants to figure out how to do this in a sort of post-religious or post-Christian world. And what he comes up with is he sort of sits back and thinks, right, I need to make suffering not something that is undesirable, but I need to somehow incorporate it into my kind of meaning scheme of the world. I need to take suffering and turn it into something that is desirable.